Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. I'm Beefy Bay Shane O'Keefe, and fasten your seatbelts and prepare for a trip down the peculiar memory lane of WWFE, or whatever, where the bizarre and batshit insane collide. Today we delve into the unusual chapter of Goldust and Roddy Piper, a match that could only be born in the realm of professional wrestling. Now, Goldust is probably one of the maddest characters in the history of professional wrestling, and that's saying something. The bizarre one ditched his cowboy boots and his dad's name and made his WWE debut in October 1995.
Now I don't give a fuck about my family name.
Remember the name.
Wrong kid, Dad.
He wasted no time when he won his first match against that little rockamata Janetti at In Your House 4. Yes, in your feckin' house. Why are someone in your house? I don't know. He also shattered the dream of Mania main eventer Bam Bam Bigelow at Survivor Series. But it wasn't until he crossed paths with Scarface cosplayer Razor Ramon that things took a turn for the utterly peculiar. Goldust's bizarre antics reached new heights as he stalked and sent messages to Razor Ramon in late 1995.
Razor Ramon, bad guy. Oh, I like that, my boy. You know that I am watching your every move.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket!
And sure, why wouldn't you? The stud was pure oozing with machismo. Chico. Ramon actually had a problem with the sexual undertones of the whole angle. I wanna hold you tight. Like Tina. I'm not gonna finish that. The climax came at the Royal Rumble in January 1996, where Goldie, with a timely assist from the 1-2-3 kid, God, I love old wrestlers' names, snatched some gold. See what I did there? I'm a genius. Yes, gold in the form of the Intercontinental Championship from Ramon. And then enter the lovely Marlena, Goldust's valet and his actual real-life wife, Terry, whose seductive and mysterious aura added another layer to the already eccentric Goldust. So was he into fellas, or was it all a ruse?
Let's just have a little sneak preview.
This was in 1995, you see, so far removed from where we are today. Now, Wrestlemania 12, it was on the horizon, and a scheduled match between Goldust and Razor Ramon was nixed after Ramon's suspension. Well, they say suspension. You see, Ramon was quite vocal about not wanting to work with Dusty. Apparently it was all Cody's fault. Whoa! Not that Cody. Ramon had a son called Cody. Fellow outsider Kevin Nash said on his poddy that his bestie was not comfortable having to explain the angle to his 5-year-old kid. Insert clip now, editor. Do what I say. Son of a bitch, just do it.
He mentioned Scott Hall. Like, ask your buddy Kev what Scott would have thought about that. Is he a notorious homophobe? Why would I ask you what Scott?
I think that he was very uncomfortable. They did the Goldust angle, and he unzips his singlet. Goldust, the character does, and it says there's a heart.
Yes.
And on the heart it says Razor. Mm-hmm. And Scott's son Cody was like 5 years old when that angle played, and he came home and Cody said, "Dad, why does that man?" So Scott, who wasn't a homophobe, just told Vince, he goes, and if I have to go home and explain this to my kid, because you can't just say, oh, well, some men like, you have to go in that whole, So Scott said, I don't feel comfortable doing it. That's all it was. It wasn't that Scott was homophobe. Right. Scott just didn't want to teach his 5-year-old kid about homosexuality.
No, stop. Think of the children.
So what do you do for a character that is a hot rod for controversy?
It's Rebo. The undercover brother.
You bring in the hottest of rods in Roddy Piper, a man who famously said, "Hey, don't be throwing rocks at a fella that has a machine gun. Pew, 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 pew." Anyway, the bagpipe playing madman, and you'd want to be mad listening to feckin' bagpipes. Sorry, Scotland, but that instrument, golf and haggis, seriously, is that the contribution to the society of the World Wrestling Federation? Anyway, the Roddy one was a man known for his no-nonsense approach and iconic fights a la They Live. If you haven't seen They Live, it has one of the best ever Hollywood beat-em-ups that you're ever going to see. And he says, I'm not here to take part, I'm here to chew bub and get... Whatever he said that.
It's time to kick gum and chew ass. And I'm all...
Anyway, the stage was set for a Hollywood Backlot Brawl. What's that, says you? I probably still couldn't really tell you, but I'll attempt to. The story took a turn straight out of O.J. Simpson's playbook. Goldust and Piper engaged in a brawl in a Hollywood backlot, leading to a highway chase. You see, Goldust cracked Piper in the ballsack, hopped into a gold Cadillac, and ran over Piper with his car before driving off, starting a chase that was eerily reminiscent of O.J. Simpson's infamous car chase.
I hate to say this, but this is I'm sorry. I know we got to back up again.
Piper in a white Ford Bronco was in pursuit, where footage aired of what was purportedly Piper pursuing Goldust.
Wait a minute! That's the Cadillac, that's the gold Cadillac!
Vince wanted some car carnage, man. He wanted him to bump into my door and just smash the shit out of the door. Well, it didn't work like that. They gave me the cue to go, man. It's our time. Oh, they're pulling in. Oh my God, this is mayhem. It's fucking gonna be crazy or whatever. And I pulled down I bust through the barricade. He doesn't wait 3 seconds. He's pretty close. He's pretty close on my ass. And I pulled to a stop. And he's so close that I tried it, but I knew I wasn't gonna make it. So I pushed it open, the door open so fast that it slammed because it was that close. There's no way he would have killed me. And he rammed into the side of the door, and I just ended up crawling out the other side and ran inside, and I'm waiting there. And this was back when they had the tunnels, which was really cool.
The actual footage that aired was from the Los Angeles Police Department's pursuit of O.J. Simpson in 1994. Jesus. Vince McMahon is some carny bollocks. It's not that strange though. You know, they're not one to shy away from controversy, as we know here on the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. After all, WWF did once bring in one John Wayne Bobbitt, who was a man famous for having his penis cut off by his wife. He wanted to bring him in for an angle where a porn star by day, wrestler by night wrestler, Val Venus, has supposedly had his lad chopped off by a group of Asian men. Choppy choppy pee-pee, as they said. Jesus, you can really get away with anything. Which brings us to today's sponsor, the American Dream. If you're from somewhere else and you have no hope, let capitalism bring you the dream of all dreams, the American one. Don't worry if your dreams are in Spanish, Japanese or Hindi. As long as you learn American, you can wine and dine with kings and queens. Terms and conditions may apply. The American Dream is a trademark of the Rothschilds and the New World Order. For life! Anyway, where did this cinematic wrestling adventure conclude? The Honda Center in Anaheim, where the action spilled into the very heart of the arena. And here's where it gets even more peculiar. During the match, Goldust not only attempted but successfully kissed Roddy Piper. And if that wasn't enough, he ended up being stripped down to nothing but women's lingerie. This was before we ever had a bra and panties match, leaving the wrestling world in awe and bewilderment.
That was history. That was WrestleMania 12 for me. I gave the suit to his son, not the lingerie. I don't know what happened to that lingerie. I wish I still had it, but that was WrestleMania 12 for me, man. And I had no idea that was going to be... I hadn't really heard of WrestleMania moments back then in my career. So as I look back on them now, that was my WrestleMania moment, was WrestleMania 12. I start tearing up when I start talking about stuff like that, man. Sorry.
The Goldust and Piper feud, my friends, was more than a wrestling match. It was a performance art piece that challenged conventions and blurred the lines between reality and fiction. It was strange. It was disturbing. But in the grand tapestry of WWEF, or whatever they were called at the time, in the grand tapestry of their history, it remains a vivid stroke of the bizarre. And there you have it, the curious chapter of Goldust and Roddy Piper. A tale that once again proves that in the world of professional wrestling, normalcy is just an illusion. Until our next foray into the unpredictable realms of sports entertainment, stay rowdy, stay gold, and may all your storylines be as enthralling as the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. But remember, it's all fun and games until someone gets hit in the face with a steel chair. Stay safe, stay sane.